How dare you? How dare you? You have the audacity to toy with my feelings, to make me so confused about YiJin, about his feelings, about the way he was acting in this episode, only to end it on a beautiful note. I gotta give you props for that. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another review of 2521. Episode 13 was just amazing. Teared you down even more. Kind of brought you back up with the little comedy stuff they added, which I appreciated. I'm not complaining about that. But at the same time, again, tears you down, but then towards the end, they pick you back up and just gives you something so beautiful. If you guys were like me watching this entire episode before watching the ending, my mouth was just open the entire time. I'm like, why? Just why? That was my main question. Why? Why lead up to this after everything that happened in the previous episode? But again, the way they end it, beautiful. I want to get two things out of the way before I talk about HeeDo's and YiJin's relationship. The first thing is JiWoong's car. He got a car. That's awesome. He can drive the gang anywhere. They don't need YiJin. The downside, he drives slow. Another downside, he cannot parallel park to save his life. If you notice, it was daytime when he started to park. When everyone stopped, it was nighttime. I just love that HeeDo came up with the idea of the gang and a group of guys who just came back from training to lift the car and park it themselves, which again, it was so hilarious. And when they cheered, it was almost like they won a competition. The next thing is the flashback between HeeDo's mom and the coach. We know their beef is about the bribe. In the flashback, we see how these two became friends. And then later, this mystery person came up to HeeDo's mom and told her about the bribe. Then the next scene, we see HeeDo's mom leaving a message to the coach saying that your situation is gonna air on the news tomorrow, and I'm not gonna apologize. We know the mom didn't apologize, and we know now she's still not apologizing. Well, as of right now in the year 2000. We don't know if she did in current time. But yeah, she's still not apologizing. And my one question is, who's that mystery guy? Is he the parent of the one that bribed the coach? Or did he hear about it? Now we get to YiJin's and HeeDo's relationship. So just a reminder, they kiss. It was a beautiful, cute New Year's Eve to New Year's Day kiss. After that though, YiJin changes the subject to HeeDo's toes because it was bruised, and then tells her he'll take her home. When he did, HeeDo asked him if he won't accept her love, but then YiJin says other things concern him and ended like that. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh wow, did he just rejected her? And it's making me think, why? After everything that you did in previous episodes, you put in the time and effort to make sure that she's all right. And on top of that, you tell her that your relationship with her is love. You're just going to reject her. Makes no sense. The next scene after that, I found it so hilarious. As Minche was reading the diary, she was in the scene with HeeDo and YiJin. I'm talking about the 2000 version of these characters. She was in the same scene with them. Yeah, she was kind of interacting with them, but it wasn't like a back and forth interaction. But she was there. And I think this is the first time that Minche is in the same scene with these characters. This is where we see their relationship changing, being very awkward. And it's not the same anymore. I've said this in my last review. Things are changing. And because of this, it does affect HeeDo's fencing, but only a bit. It's not a major thing. At the end, she does win the competition. HeeDo tells YiJin she's not going to stop loving him. And she doesn't want him to tell her to stop loving him, which I find it very adorable. I love the one scene where both HeeDo and YiJin were at the store. They were buying steamed buns. HeeDo saw a thread poking out of YiJin's coat. She leaned over to try to get it, but YiJin thought that she leaned over to kiss him, and he quickly stuffed his mouth with a bun, and this made HeeDo furious, and she just left. I just love how they just add seriousness and then just add comedy at the end. It was so good. Later that night, YiJin is drinking, I think he drank maybe 2 bottles of soju, and he decided to call HeeDo. This is where he let his heart out, that he was confused. That's pretty much the main issue that he had. He was confused. But then a moment later, we find out that he didn't call HeeDo. He called JiWoong. Of all people, JiWoong. HeeDo was waiting for YiJin one night. I think this was the second time we saw her waiting for him. And this is where she tells him she's acting this way because she loves him. Can he understand that? No answer. Then she wants to hear what he needs to say. No answer. And he leaves. He goes back inside and he reports a suspicious person around his neighborhood. Are you kidding me? Oh, I just realized when he reported to the police, it wasn't to get HeeDo away from his house. He knew that HeeDo was gonna leave, so he called the police to protect her. Oh. And then it's the next day, it's the competition. We see YiJin outside, sitting at a table. HeeDo is also outside, sitting at a different table. She's acting friendly with Juno. And this is where YiJin acts jealous. Really? You're gonna act jealous? After what you did? You're gonna act jealous? You better get your no answer, mouth stuffing bun, spinning umbrella ass out of here. You see the pattern? Every time that HeeDo and YiJin have a serious scene, they end it with comedy, which I'm not complaining. I actually enjoyed that. I was entertained. But then after the competition, HeeDo was waiting for YiJin outside his house. Again, she tells him how beautiful it was, the way he reported the competition, which was a minor mistake on YiJin's part, but that's a different story. And as they were talking, YiJin tells HeeDo maybe they should put some distance between them. And then he says bye. But then he comes back and kiss her. He kisses her. They're a couple. Oh, the way they did it. The way they just toyed with your emotions, make you so confused on why YiJin is acting this way, only to end it with them being a couple. And they are a couple if you also watch the trailer for episode 14. But man, I have never been so... I'm trying to find the right words while watching this episode. Just watching HeeDo's and YiJin's relationship. Not knowing, okay, so this is how they had a fallout. Oh wait, they're a couple now. It was such a roller coaster ride. Like, man, that was a fun one. Talk about a roller coaster ride of an episode. Again, how dare you to do that to me? Well, I can't speak for everyone, but just for me, how dare you? Making you so confused on why YiJin is acting this way after putting time and effort into helping HeeDo in previous episodes and telling her that your relationship with her is love, only to be confused now, which was very confusing. And to be honest, we still got no answer to why he was so confused. We didn't get an answer to why he was confused, did we? And the fact that he just jumped into being in a relationship with HeeDo and not knowing why he was confused, is him being confused is to why they're not together in current time? Does it play a part? This episode was just shocking, upsetting, funny, adorable. It was just so good, even though it toyed with your emotions, made you so confused. Again, so good. Leave it in the comments below what you guys thought about this episode. Cause man, if you guys were confused and shocked and maybe a little bit upset like I was, shoot, we're on the same boat. Now that HeeDo and YiJin are officially a couple, because of the trailer in episode 14, it makes you wonder, what was the fallout? How come these two are not together in current time, if they're not together in current time? I know theories are flying around. You know, someone had a 9/11 theory, which kind of shocked me, and geez. And then of course with my theories, yeah, it just makes you wonder what caused the separation. What caused HeeDo to forget the beach? Which I still want answers to that. And it makes you wonder what happened to the other characters. And when I mean other characters, I don't just mean Yudim, Seungwon, JiWoong, but also the coach, YiJin. I'm talking about everyone that we know. Hopefully HeeDo's mom will apologize. I mean, seeing her how she was in the past and seeing how she acts now in current time, it's almost like two different people. I mean, age comes with wisdom. Age, well, I can't say for all people. Age does, kind of calms you down a bit. But I have a feeling in current time, she probably already apologized to the coach. And yeah, that's pretty much it on my review and the episode. If there's anything I might have missed, please leave it in the comments below. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.